MaxCurve is actually my version of documenting a change pattern. When people are introduced to change, they react in many different and predictable ways. We first get excited when we hear things are going to be better. And so that's the beginning of our journey. We like something and then we begin to implement it, and as we get ready to go, we're a little bit nervous that things are going to change, but we have a pretty good handle on what we're going to do and believe that we've anticipated everything that's ahead. And so we implement them. The challenge arises when we implement things. We discover very quickly, especially in organizations that are substantial, that we didn't think of everything, that people aren't reacting exactly as we thought. And so we begin to experience an emotional dip. Things that have been forgotten have to be corrected. Processes that were not looked at need to be looked at. The work becomes overwhelming. A lot of people become very disheveled, concerned, wanting to go back to the way things were. And so it's a challenge for people. It's predictable that this will happen, but when it arrives, it's very difficult for people. And so I call that floundering. Anyway, we move down this curve, and then we reach a point where it seems that all hope is lost. People want to change jobs. They know they can't go back, and they do have to move forward, but they don't really want to, and they don't really know how. And it's this point where we're at a danger zone. There's a risk of losing people. There's a risk of not being able to achieve things. But you know, when you persevere from it, you keep moving forward, good things begin to happen. And when those good things begin to happen, you need to take advantage of them. This is what I call the heavy lifting stage. Maybe something small, but it's very significant to grab hold of that, celebrate it, implement it, and move on to other small incremental changes that may help move things forward. If we stay with it, that's what happens. We begin to move forward and develop a momentum for positive change that takes us right through to the end of success. It's a predictable pattern. And what we try to do when coaching people through periods of change is to actually encourage them to move forward, even if moving forward sounds like it might be a negative experience. To really succeed with change, we need to experience the positive and the negative. What I like to do with the MaxCurve is to show people it's predictable, it's going to happen, let's move forward. The faster we move forward, the faster we can achieve our success. We just have to stay with it and do what's necessary to move through each stage of change. It almost sounds ironic to tell people that you have to go through this hardship to get to the other side, but the truth is, you have to go through the hardship to get to the other side. It's the acceptance of that that people have a lot of trouble with. And so it's like a grieving cycle. In order for us to change, we have to give up something to get something new. We follow the process, and we will achieve wildly whatever we want to, but we have to persevere through the challenges. I help people understand the journey, all that's in front of them, and arm them with the necessary tools for that journey to achieve the success that they want.